then we'll go again. Right, are we streaming?
Yes, we're streaming.
Right. Please work. Please, I beg you. Right, I think we're working. Big delay on.
Is it good?
Wait for it.
Try refreshing. It's on here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Okay, we finally got that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Let's try again. Okay, so we'll start by introducing ourselves. I'm Martin. This is Perry. We're the co-founders of Nysko Games. We're currently set up at the Norwich Gateway in Colchester. With us today is Joseph, who's managing the chat room, and Phil, who's managing the technical side of things. And yeah, welcome to our first live stream. Sorry for all the technical hitches. We got there in the end.
And the squirrels.
And the squirrels. Yeah, damn squirrels.
Turns out it was a microphone using a bitrate. I don't know.
No.
By the time we switched it back to the bitrate, it was fine again.
Yeah.
We need a new microphone.
Yeah, that's pretty fair to say.
So.
Yeah. Shall we start with the level editor?
Yep.
Yep.
Might as well. This was the first thing we built in the game. Based off a hexagon grid, which started off as a project at university, one of my assignments, and decided to use it.
Yeah, we decided to use that as the prototype for our game that we're making now. So this was currently in development for a year, wasn't it?
Yep.
It's still ongoing, to be honest.
This is one of the many maps that you built.
Yep. Yeah, one of the earlier maps, I believe.
Works quite well. We've got a little handmade setup going.
Did you want to run through kind of how the editor works?
There's a lot to talk about. We could probably do a stream on that alone, to be honest.
Yeah.
But so I mean, you select an area, you can select inside it, you can adjust the height, you can change the colours about. So we want a blue map, or
give things a blue frosting, or turn it
make it seem
green.
dark and gloomy. That's colours. Let's see. So there's lots of stuff in the menu. Insert, general map resource distribution. And at the moment, the maps distribution is obscured by our little item display, but it's saying 92% stone. So yeah, there are 4 resources in the game, and I can't point with my finger.
Technically 5, but yeah, 4.
4 resources that spawn in the tiles themselves.
And that's stone, iron, gold, and gems.
Yep.
Which kind of form the basis of most of the resource collecting we do.
We have a little place menu, place items. If we want a large dwarven army, we can do that. And then once we're happy, we'll save, and then to play mode. And there it is. So this is the game in its current state. Let me just get rid of that. There we go. Okay. So along with having 4 resources that you dig from the ground, we also have 4 classes.
Mhm.
We have the miner, okay, there's the miner, it's got a little pickaxe. We have the forager, it's got a little monocle. At some stage the monocle will be very useful. It will help them to determine the moisture levels in the air,
In the air, yeah.
which is vital for... Stop dancing. Come with me.
And that'll be vital for
Mushroom farming. We've got
Yeah.
a couple of little baby mushrooms growing happily.
Mhm.
We also have an engineer who does most of the building work.
most constructions within the game will be built by the engineer, except from defences such as walls and bridges, which will be constructed by the miners.
Finally, we have the warrior, and we have a lot of them. Let's, oh, what happened?
Just a spike, I think.
We didn't drop any frames, did we?
Don't think so.
No, let's have a look. Okay, we're doing all right.
Is that Ollie from? Is that Ollie from? Yeah. Hello, Ollie.
Cool.
He's
So-
asking what the game's about in Steam.
On
I'm
Steam.
talking to on Steam.
All right.
Oh,
Okay. Cool. So I've just spawned a bunch of miners, and I'm going to give them a task to mine out this whole area here. So I've done that by selecting the dig icon in the instruction strip, and you can use the mouse wheel to adjust paint size. You can add or subtract, and left click drag, right click deselect. And then you can choose who will be mining that zone that I've just selected. So select everyone, they should all get to work. There we go. We still need some animations for the game. They look like they're just standing around, but they are mining.
Yeah. So one thing to bear in mind is that the animations are still quite in there, raw, to be honest. And yeah, and we are currently working on the animations. I'm currently working on the walking animations, and yeah, so the game is still in early alpha. So yeah, there's still plenty of features still left to be refined on and put into the game.
Yep. So the mine's currently busy working away. Let's get the forager. There's only one. Let's get ourselves another forager. So
You could,
over in the forager,
sorry, yeah. So you could build a bridge into the water.
I could do. I'll
Yeah.
get
Okay.
to that
Yep.
next. So the forager. I've selected mushroom farming zone, so I can drag around wherever there are mushrooms, and I can get them to start farming them. Now they're not going to farm them just yet because the mushrooms are still growing. They're going to wait until.
Aaron? Sorry, just seeing who's popping their heads online.
Cool. So yeah, at the moment they're just keeping the area clear from rubble.
God, you know what? I just. Hey, streamers.
Yeah.
Hello, Tom.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Besides foraging, they can do fishing, and we just select an area of the water, assign workers, and they will begin fishing.
And that's kind of a universal way of assigning tasks to
Yes.
to the workers. You select an area that you want the units to work in, and then you assign them the other way. We just shown.
And we focus a lot on the idea that the dwarves, if you're not telling them what to do, if you're not commanding them, like this guy, they'll just busy do things by themselves.
Mhm.
These guys are working. At the moment, they've got 3 stats. Health bar is the red one. The yellow is stamina, and the green is hunger. So at the moment, these guys are all pretty hungry.
We're going to start
They're
consuming
We've got some
massive
mushrooms and
amounts of
some.
food.
Oh, yep, there we go. There's a little dish there.
Oh, we just got a
Okay,
bug.
okay. Nope. Just pretend that never happened. It's fine.
Didn't say anything, guys. Didn't say anything.
It's okay. The game can handle it. It's fine. And we're running out of space, so I'm going to just quickly place some storage down.
So what normally happens when units when the hunger bar depletes to a certain point, the units will start going looking for food. Eventually, what will happen is there'll be a negative effect.
So, someone was, will there be any neutral-based enemies that will attack both dwarves and goblins?
Okay, we plan to have some, but it's at the moment we're working on base features. So currently there's only 3 characters: the dwarves, the goblins, and the bunny rabbits. But there will we
We were toying around with the idea of spiders and
and bears and things like that. Yeah.
Found in the caves.
Do the bunny rabbits attack dwarves and goblins?
No, they don't.
No. Not yet.
The intended behaviour is for them to run away very quickly and hide in their little bunny worms.
Yep.
In fact, I'll just
You could. Do we have a trap laid down? Or the routes
let's go look for some bunny rabbits. So we've got some unexplored area which we're walking around. We're revealing, and we've got it's quite standard in RTS. We've got differentiation between what's currently visible and what is sort of in memory, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
For example, there's a little building here which is currently memorized. Now it's visible. Now currently see it. He's hungry, I think, but he's not going to get fed yet.
Come back here.
Right, let's find a bunny rabbit. Give a demonstration. Oh, there's one.
No, there's a couple.
No. They should be running away and hiding in the bunny warren, but I guess
These guys have been a little more braver.
Yeah. Foolhardy.
Foolhardy.
So it's one of the buildings you can build is a little bunny trap. It's a little bit morbid. But, dwarves need to eat, you know?
Yeah,
Dwarves need to eat.
They do. They do.
And it's not a necessity. You don't have to. It's optional. You can live on mushrooms and fish if you want to. You can live on mushrooms if you want to. In fact, mushrooms are currently the only completely renewable food resource.
Yeah.
So I'm going to. Oh, he's eating now. I'll let him eat if he's hungry.
You're going to be kind.
Yep.
Okay.
So traits were a thing we we had a look at other games, and one of our inspirations is RimWorld. And they had this really intricate trait system where different characters all spawn. Okay, so they're all sleeping. Just
Wow.
Ignore that.
You never saw that.
No. Things like this, they'll be fixed.
Yeah.
So we've got some trees here. I'm just going to grab Forager. Tell them to farm some tree roots like that. Anyway, so we were playing around with the idea of traits. They're not implemented yet, but we plan to. And there'll be things like some dwarves will be extra big and what's going
big FPS. Is that just a spike?
Okay. Oh, I reckon it's him. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Bugs. Okay, what I'm going to do about that is get rid of those that should fix it. Okay, so one of the traits is starvation. So once the hunger bar reaches 0, they'll become starved and they won't be able to perform as well. They won't die from that. We don't want to.
We don't want to be
punish
too punishing on
punish
the player, but they will receive like a negative effect.
But if someone wants to play it that way, they could always write a mod which does that.
Yeah. So one of the kind of the key focuses for this game is going to be moddable to a large extent. So people can kind of like if they want to add new kind of units to the game, they can add new enemies.
The bunny rabbits.
Yeah. Bunny rabbits for 3 years and red eyes
Maybe
or
some
something.
super rabbits which attack.
We
Yeah.
All the other
can rename
characters.
your dwarves.
Oh yes. I'll have to see if it's still
yes.
implemented. Let's have a look.
Well,
Yes. Well,
yes.
there's
Okay.
built this a long time ago, but yes, you can. So if I what name would you
What
like?
what name?
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Anarchist, what name would you like? Oh,
Might take a few seconds.
I'll
Yeah, just got it.
name it after you for now.
Yep.
So we now have a forager called Anarchist 101.
Who's scratching his bum?
Yep.
Mm.
So there he is. We're in the game now.
See, I really want to see how he.
Yep, there's
replies to that.
someone else. Let's
Let's,
name
name
let's
that
name
one.
this guy.
Yeah.
There we go. We now have
Let's do it. So we've now got Ollie and Aaron.
another guy.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, you can name them dwarves.
Yeah.
That is already a thing.
Yeah, that's already a thing. Well, we'll try. There'll be an easier, more kind of user-friendly way of doing so.
Yes, I'm going to move him out of the way.
Change the class.
Oh yes.
So
Yeah, so let's run through what each of the buildings do, perhaps.
yeah, can do. So this is the monument. I don't know if you can pick that up. It's
Yeah.
got a little bit of little sound effect.
Mhm.
So the monument is sort of the central point of your base, sort of to keep it all together. And I'm just going to quickly build some more storage because I'm running out of storage.
So,
These are storage areas.
Not getting any game sound.
Not getting any games down. Okay, let's
Okay.
turn it up.
is that do? Let us know if you need that.
You'll have to wait a bit. But, okay. It should be coming through. It's on the speakers, and the speakers are closer than we are.
Yeah. Where will the music play? Do you know?
We should- Let's try something else.
That's it.
That's fine.
Okay.
Is it? Okay, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
So we've got some music in place.
So just as a quick one, so this music is was developed by Chris Ainsley, who's been kind enough to work on the music and sound effects for us. So yeah, this is all kudos to him really.
We don't have an engineer.
And it sounds awesome.
Yeah, we're really liking the music. This is sort of a mellow tune we're playing right now. Get out of the way. Right, so anyway, buildings. Just go through the list. So this is the monument. It's sort of the central point of the base. It's also where your characters change classes. So if I select a character and right-click on the monument, I can change its class if I want to. We're also thinking if one of your dwarves, God forbid, dies in the playthrough, you'll be able to capture their spirit into a little gemstone and place it into the monument. And some of his positive traits that he might have will have some kind of effect.
Well, yeah, they'll have some kind of effect on the rest of
in
the
local area.
dwarves. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a plus side for losing a dwarf as well. So.
Yep. Not all negatives.
No.
So that's the monument. We've got the forge over here. That's for smelting mostly.
It's
So
pretty much the main crafting building, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that and the
craft.
stone cutter
Yeah.
are the two main. So we have the stone cutter here, and that's pretty much the first building you build besides storage. And in our little additional information box at the top, there's just a slight graphic bug. Never mind.
We are running low on food. I don't know if you want to try and spawn another dwarf in.
Okay.
How many dwarves did we spawn? Oh no, we've quite
yeah,
a few.
we've got quite a few dwarves.
Forgot these ones.
Yeah. Oh look, Anarchist and Ollie are going to sort out the food situation.
They're going to sort
Okay.
out. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Aaron, Ollie. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Sort
We'll,
out.
We'll be good now.
Craft your dwarves.
So in our little additional information box, displays what is required to build. So this says you can build it by hand. It requires 5 stone. This says you require a stone cutter. Requires 5 stone and 2 wood. This requires a stone cutter and a filled anvil cast. So we've got like what's that? Sort of a layered craft here, where you build an empty anvil cast. Let's just build one, and
Yeah. If we don't have an anvil, apparently, do we?
no, we don't have an anvil. So an anvil is like a second tier building. It's for building more complicated things like ballista bolts, and we might have weapons and things in the game, stuff like that.
So there'll be certain buildings that will be like add-ons to others. So the anvil, for example, is an add-on to the forge, and for the workbench there'll be an add-on called the laboratory, which each add-on will kind of give allow the player to do more things really.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of start tiered hierarchy.
Oh, there's the anvil cast right now. It's floating in the air. That's because he's carrying it. There we go. Okay. There's 2 of them. Yeah. We haven't done too much testing with lots of dwarves yet. No, he's working away. That's cool. Alright. So yeah, there will be a tech tree, and we've split the tech tree into 6 different categories. We've got things oriented around crafting, things oriented around combat, and there's resources. I would show you, but I don't know quite how to work them. Window capture device to maybe in the next stream. But yeah, so we've got 6 different areas, and that's where the workbench comes in. Actually,
I was going to say, do we have it working?
yeah, it is working.
Oh,
So I'll
cool.
just like this. So we've got building, military, dwarves, utility, geology, and resources. And you'll be able to select one of these to expand in that direction. At the moment it's hovering over a little map. So
what does this mean? So what does so once that's highlighted blue, what does that mean?
that means that you're currently selected research. So if I click on that again, it says current research combat.
Okay.
It'll be more intuitive. We'll have some pictures in there. At the moment, it's just proof of concept.
Cool.
Yeah. So combat will expand into things like what the warrior can do. It will also expand into things like defences, like the ballista.
Guys, have you thought about a level system for each dwarf? For example, increase speed or strength level 2?
Yes, we do have a level system in mind. At the moment, it's just focused on the classes.
Yeah.
So the forager will have some kind of foraging level. The warrior will have a combat level, and they'll all have them. If there's say 4 different levels for 4 different classes, for example, every dwarf will have them, and some might even spawn with extra and one or the other.
Dwarf.
Yes. He's,
There's missing
he's
pixels.
adjusting his belt.
He's adjusting his
It's
belt. He's not doing anything else.
He's not doing anything
He's not doing anything.
slightly
yeah.
suspicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, things like
Yeah. So like so in regards to the leveling system, the more a dwarf who's a miner, the more he carries out that role, his mining skill will increase until it hits level 2, and then yeah, we can have certain traits tied into that.
actually with beds. The bed sprites are temporary. We've gone for more of a pixelated style. As you can see, most of them have pixelated theme about them, including the dwarves. We think it ties quite well with the game.
Are these all the dwarves? Sorry, are these all the dwarves that we have on screen?
Nope, we've got a couple more there, and Warrior is just guarding. He's guarding,
Okay.
holding the fort.
Are there any goblins as well?
Yes. I'll just grab a Warrior.
Yeah.
And send them up this way somewhere. So there'll be a few goblins up here somewhere. We have combat working to a degree.
There he is.
Okay,
Get him.
attack! So we've got little icon representations. So the sword is, okay, I'm attacking, the cross is, oh, it's a miss, shield is a block, and the bullseye is a successful hit.
The icons, at the moment, as things stand, they're currently temporary until we've got some kind of fighting animation in place. But at the moment, they kind of represent kind of what's going on.
The goblin's guarding all the mushrooms.
Yes,
He is,
yes.
yeah. He's guarding all his mushrooms. And there's gems as well.
Now this dwarf is going to join in, and yep, he's gone. So I can add a new mushroom zone. So the combat basically is sort of, they take turns. It's a team-based turn system, so each team will take their turn, and everyone on the team will attack at once if they're engaged.
We'll keep your dwarf safe, Aaron.
Don't worry. There's no more goblins up here. It's okay. Oh, they're eating.
His health is quite low, actually.
No, that's
Oh, it's obvious.
that's hunger.
Okay.
You're the first to the scene, Ollie. He's dancing to the music.
Yeah.
Oh no, I see what happened. They went to grab the food, but the two warriors nicked it first.
So,
Who's it? Oh, he hasn't had enough. Oh no, he's probably tired. Stamina bar's low. Thought maybe he hadn't had enough yet. Big stomach. So yeah, we were thinking of having traits tied in with levels as well, so the traits would have an influence. It could be fighting spirit trait, which means it starts with a higher warrior level.
actually, that image right there is quite quite
Oh,
significant,
yeah.
actually. So unlike other RTS games, you can notice that buildings don't generate their own light, which we've taken a different approach. It kind of works off of the unit's memory, so it's like what the unit remembers as last being there, which means if you've got no dwarves at your base, there's no telling what could happen during the time that you're away. We thought that added a quite nice dynamic to the game.
I'm just setting up a baluster. Don't mind me.
Nothing says keep off my lawn like a whacking great.
Like I'm making over this.
Yep.
That's it. Stay away.
We've also got a flint shards trap.
Oh yeah, that's quite a yeah.
That's a recent addition. So if we place we look for some spots. Place them there, place them there. So the idea behind flip shards, your dwarves will avoid them, since they're the ones that own them, but goblins won't be able to see them.
Yeah.
So whenever a character walks over them, they get damaged by a portion, and flint shards will slowly fade away.
And yeah, so the more a unit walks across them, they'll slowly fade away and deal less damage.
So a dwarf version of Lego bricks.
Yes, yes, Lego bricks.
Yeah.
The most painful material in existence. Yes. No, you're not screwed. It's okay. It's okay. Your dwarves will avoid them. Don't worry.
Where is Aaron and Ollie? Just out of curiosity.
The two followers. There's Ollie and there's. Nope,
No?
that's not him. Not there.
Oh, no,
Anarchist. There we go.
there we are.
Cool. Cool. So this warrior
So his health's quite low. Chances are, if he encounters another goblin,
probably
yeah.
won't make it.
he probably
Probably. Nice big mushroom patch.
Another
there.
big punch there.
Mushrooms. Some funny rabbits. And around here somewhere there should be some more goblins. Okay, here we go.
Sneak
So,
attack.
I just want to pause this for a moment and demonstrate the disengagement mechanic. So, in combat, although you can't tell because the goblin's facing the wrong way, they are engaged in combat. I will fix that. If a character is engaged in combat and someone is actively attacking them, then they won't be able to move away, or the opponent will get a free hit on them. So if I then click disengage, you'll see his health went down, but he was able to get away. And it gives the character a moment to escape if he's low health.
And again, that kind of ties in with the tactical aspect of the game. If your dwarf is already on low health, there's no point in disengaging him from combat because
He's going to die
He's
anyway.
going to die anyway. So you might as well take you might as well deal as much damage as you can while he's still alive. And here's a good of the flint shards actually. So he's avoiding the flint shards as he's going around.
But there is a mechanic which just happened by accident, but we quite like. I think we're going to keep it. That is when two dwarves pass each other. If I demonstrate this by walking this way, one will push the other out of the way. And in that case, the dwarf that's doing the pushing doesn't care where the push-e is going.
Yeah.
So
there's a potential.
If there's a lot of people walking across flint shards, there is a potential that one of the dwarves gets pushed into them.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. See. So it also gives a reason to expand passageways out if there's lots of activity going across them.
Yeah.
Some bassy music going.
Music is.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, I've got to get guilty, Chris. Music is brilliant.
So mine is that's right. Mine is busy away now, expanding the path. Of course, the problem with having a miner expand a path is they then become in the way of the path. Where is he going? Oh, right, okay. Try somewhere else. No? Okay,
He's
okay.
gonna
You're
try
adamant about being there.
Yeah.
Alright,
He's.
fair enough. It's your choice. That could be a trait in the game,
Yeah.
which when you try and tell them to do something else, they won't. Might be a bit annoying, but maybe.
Disobedient dwarf.
It would be a very negative trait. We don't want too many of them.
Mushrooms come on quite nicely. We still don't have enough to make the unit though. Actually, there's something not quite displaying.
We have two of something. Ah, beds. Okay. I understand that. Beds are buildings, they're not items, so the UI is a bit...
Oh, he's. What was he doing?
Oh, built a bolt. Okay, working on the ballista.
Okay.
Cool. Fair enough. About time too. What's taking them so long? Oh, it looks like they're both working on it at the same time. They've both built a bolt. The baluster, as you'll be able to see here, only requires one. So I guess they're both building a baluster. But that's okay, you get two for the price of one, that's fine. Well, for the price of two. So
Sorry, Phil. Is the music too loud, or is that as if it's all right?
that's cool. So, we've neglected something. Let's just disable that. So fish start off hidden, but if you fish nearby, there's a chance that they'll catch on the fishing rods and they'll become visible. So you'll be able to extract whatever fish that particular tile had remaining.
Yep.
Which means that fish don't appear in the water; they're there somewhere, and then they get depleted.
Yep.
So
as a player, you won't necessarily know where the fish are.
Yeah.
So you have to keep moving your kind of
your
fishing
fishing zone around as different areas become depleted. But in the middle of the lake, there's probably more fish. So what you tend to want to do is build a bridge. So if I drag this up like so, I can start building a bridge up there. I'll just get one miner to work on it.
Yeah. Oh, you might want to extend that passageway a little bit. Because your passageway here, because
Okay.
if you I don't know if you want to show off the ballast first.
Couple more miners.
So we're currently working on a new ballast sprite, which
Yes, this is.
one of our artists is doing for us at the
We
moment.
nicked this from the internet. It's okay.
Yeah. It won't be in the demo, don't worry.
Maybe we'll blur it out in the stream. I don't. if we need to.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yes.
So we do it.
Just okay. getting confused clearly.
Okay.
All right. Let's try that again. Okay, just place one there, please. Just one.
Somebody.
Somebody. You? No. Okay. Let's just say no. You're done here. Stop fiddling with your belt. Your belt's fine. You don't need to. Okay, there we go. Okay, so he's leveling the ground.
So I'm just. I've been embarrassed. We're so sorry, Faye. You're doing a great job so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've now got a pressure plate and a baluster. So if I link them up, it'll fire. And the ballast and the bubble sprite is missing.
Bugs.
Okay, bugs.
Lots
Bugs,
of
bugs, 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 bugs. Bugs Bunny. This is why there's so many rabbits in the map, you know? It's the rabbit's fault. It's all the bunny's fault. Right, so let's just build a few more bolts, because I can. 10 bolts. Just get that going. You started building a bridge. We've got lots of stone. We were thinking of things like building bridges and walls and structures might require more stone than it used to.
Yeah.
At the moment, we have an overload of stone. That's because most of the map is made of stone.
There's a lot of balancing issues that we still have to
Yeah.
address.
They'll be dealt with. So, have we gone through all the buildings yet?
As engineers. Oh, dear. Sorry.
So, ballistic pressure plate. There's going to be more defences and triggers and traps and things. There's going to be trip wires and all kinds.
Yeah. So this is just a brief taste of what.
Yeah, it's sort of a series of one-offs. We've got one of all different kinds of things. Yeah, I think that's everything apart from this. Oh right, the dwarf spring. Yes. crafting dwarves. I tell you what, I'm going to cheat and just spawn in no food. There's no food in there. Okay.
Cheats.
I'll
Cheats for the win.
shush. Oh yeah, there's a couple of instructions I haven't shown off here. Disassemble and move. So if you've got some buildings and you think, actually, you know what, look better somewhere else, you can quite easily just move them somewhere else. Like so. Maybe I want that there and this to be completely illogical down there. And the engineers should get to work. But yeah, so
playing with the belts.
this is supposed to be an advanced building. This is a carbon extractor. Essentially, what it does is it takes carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. The technical explanation takes carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere, produces oxygen, and the side product is carbon, which is wood.
Yeah.
Or inversely, the side product could be oxygen, and the thing you're after could be wood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you believe it?
Yeah, would you believe that? So the carbon extractor will be a bit of a unique item on the tech tree. It'll be to do with crafting and to do with geology, maybe, or resources, one of the two. And it will require a series of joins in the tech tree. I'm sure you all know what tech trees look like.
Yeah.
They have
there's
tiers. They have prerequisites.
Yeah.
The standard stuff.
Pretty common in most.
That's a
architectural
strong
structures.
engineer, I have to tell you. He's basically picked up the whole forge and carried it over. Yeah.
Yeah, he's done well.
We've got strong dwarves in this
Strong
game.
dwarves. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, so it's pretty concept. Yeah, yeah. So buildings can be moved, so they're not kind of.
Right. Just for the sake of it, to demonstrate the dwarf spring and how you spawn in new dwarves. Let's say for example, I'm going to kill off a bunch of dwarves. I'm going to leave you two alive, so don't worry, you're fine.
No.
Hemphen, you can go. Yeah, sure. Okay. We
Just
have.
murdered half our dwarf population.
Yep. So we've got 4 left. Now, how do we spawn in new ones? Well, to save time, so that these two, we don't have to wait for these two. I mean,
Sorry, engineers,
you
Aaron,
two-
Ollie, you're letting us down. This is like,
Yeah, you're not giving us enough food.
not giving us enough food,
Not giving
guys.
us enough food.
What's going on?
Yeah. Just to save time, I'm going to go quickly into edit mode and place a bunch of mushrooms. I'm going to have a mushroom party. No. Okay, there we are. Put some music back on. Fortunately, you two seem to know where to go. Yeah, okay. Revealing. He's now quickly munching through our mushroom supply, so let's quickly craft us a dwarf. So at the moment it's in the crafting recipe like everything else. It's kind of a quick hack together thing. We'll probably have a 5th icon here for miscellaneous, and that's where it will go, something like that. But, yeah, so one of the engineers, if he's not busy doing something else, like building a carbon extractor, or moving the stone cutters, however ridiculous. One of them should. This is the dwarf spring. We've got. Yeah, I'll show it to you while it's in the dark. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right, just demonstrate. Okay, we have a dwarf spring. There's a little hole in the ground. We built a building around it. That means it's ours, and it will spawn dwarves as opposed to goblins.
Yeah.
So a spring is sort of a natural occurrence in our little mountain, and it spawns both dwarves and goblins, depending on
depending on
who
what,
claims it.
Yeah, what faction has claimed that building.
It's just a simple building. At the moment, we're using the storage sprite, so we don't have the sprite yet for it. But That's it there, and you just place it on top. I'm noticing engineers are not. Oh right, okay, gold. I know that gold is required for building dwarves. So yeah, the dwarves requirements: 1 gem because there's a tie with dwarven spirits and gemstones.
Yeah.
You won't give it all away now.
Yeah.
You'll-
Well, it's on the
You'll just have to play the game and find out what that's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it requires a gem, 5 gold because dwarves they need gold
Oh,
to
dwarves,
survive.
yeah, they love their gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a must.
Mhm.
I see 10 bolts. Stock up the ballista.
No one starts shooting on dwarves.
Yep. Kill off even more of the population. So I'm going to have you stand exactly there. Yes, there we go. His health bar's gone down. Excellent. As you were.
Now we're going to shoot again.
Oh.
Aaron, you got shot. Sorry, buddy.
Anarchist. Sorry. One of them going to spawn dwarf now, or got the goals.
I think that probably counts as a health and safety violation at this point.
Dwarves don't worry about health and safety.
I tell you what, I'll disconnect the pressure plate. Does that satisfy you? There we go. It's disconnected. Cool. So I think he's now working on spawning us a 5th wolf. So to talk a bit about the campaign is going to have a world map.
Yep.
This is one map, so there's quite a lot of gameplay available.
Yeah, available. The idea with the campaign is that from the beginning, the player will be able to choose 1 of 5 dwarf clans to players, as well as their starting location. And your starting location will be based on the difficulty that you set. So if I play the game on easy, your starting location will be different compared to if you're playing it on hard or medium. And each of the dwarf clans will play slightly differently. And the colours for each dwarf clan will be represented by the colours that they wear. So
So we've got blue at the moment. Blue is, I think
Blue.
they all wear blue.
the miners
The
wear
miner-
red,
right,
the
okay.
warriors wear pink. Yeah.
Okay. Very manly.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
good man. Come.
in touch there.
Absolutely.
Feminine
Absolutely.
Keeping aside with their femininity.
Do they have a feminine side?
side.
Anything could be hidden under that.
Yeah,
beard.
we're not quite sure what gender they are, since they don't actually breed or anything.
No, they pop out holes in the ground.
Again, you'll have to play the game to find out why that is,
Yep.
what's significant about it.
Yep.
We have gone in depth with
Of course, yeah, comes
with some of the things.
Yeah.
Yes. Springing out of holes in the ground. Yes, that's a quote from Lord of the Rings.
Yep. Yep.
Gimli says that as a joke. Well, we took it seriously.
We do it quite literally. And yeah, our dwarves pop out holes in the ground.
And yeah, we managed to actually tie it to some Nordic mythology.
Yeah,
as
we,
well.
we did. So throughout the development process, we've actually referred to Norse mythology quite a bit, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a weird and wacky tales.
Yep.
Yeah, if you do a bit of digging into Norse mythology, some crazy goings on.
So, we completely missed the event.
Oh, we completely missed it.
Oh dear, we missed the birth.
Damn it.
No, kill him. Start again.
Oh,
Try
well,
again.
Bloody hell.
Can't miss a birth. Right. There we go. Do we even have enough gold now? Yeah. Okay. Looks like they're both on the job. No, I don't want you to join in as well. That's all right. You can rest. You look like you need it.
How kind of you.
Oh, found some new fish.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, campaign. So the world
yeah.
map, there'll be maybe 50 maps in total.
Yeah, at the moment we're thinking about 50, aren't we?
Yeah, you don't have to explore them all to complete the game. You can sort of, it's laid out sort of sides, almost side scroller, the world map.
Mhm.
And so down is sort of deeper under the earth, up is more towards the surface. You've got a little mountain on one side and a lake on the other. And you have the dwarven capital city, Gistenveld, which currently is overrun by goblins.
Mhm.
That's your main objective,
And
to
that's
take
kind
them
of
back.
yeah, that's kind of the whole setting of the game itself. Is that yeah, you've had dwarves who have been pushed underground from goblins who have invaded your city. So yeah, and the main objective of the game is to reclaim your home, basically.
Yep.
So yeah,
Um,
there's. Did you want to show them the sandbox of skirmish?
yes, we can do. Let's just witness
Oh, another birth.
a birth.
Yeah. Yes.
We'll tell you what. I'll also demonstrate the follow feature.
Okay.
Here we go. A gem, vitally important gem.
Well, is that the last piece of?
One more. We've got the gold to go.
Oh.
And he's only given it 4 mushrooms. You stingy man, sir. Stingy man. There's the gold.
Yeah, so one of the way in which resources are generated in each map is they're randomly generated, actually.
Yeah,
apart
to start
from the
with.
ones which are kind of like the clusters which you declare in the editor.
Yep. So there's kind of 2 ways in which a map is made, either handcrafted or using something I call Sandboxify, which is sort of the random map generator.
Ready, wait for it?
And there we go. There we go. Just popped out of there. Cool. Yemgen Storgen. Cool.
Yeah, Faye.
Without caps. Here we go.
Faye's now dwarf.
And there we have it. Right, Sandboxify. I'm sorry, Faye. We have things to do. So, this little window pops up. I'm just going to quickly demonstrate. This is a cluster. This cluster's got gold ore. This is how you specify it. You can specify all 100% gold, lots of gold in each tile, that kind of thing. So, press OK and reveal. You can see it's all gold. What a lovely little. The dwarves may swoon at the sight of that. So here's another gold cluster, that's a gems cluster. Here's a stone. Anyway, right, Sandboxify.
Yeah. So
So
this kind of ties in with the skirmish, which is going to be a separate mode which players can they'll be able to get their hands on, at least for the demo. And what it allows you to set parameters of the map. So, for example, you can set the number of rivers, the number of bodies of water, the minerals, amount of caves, and you can basically just have like general control over how each map is spawned. But it'll be completely random in the way that it spawns. So you never quite know what you'll get. So, what are you thinking, Perry?
just going through each of the tooltip texts
Okay.
for each of these.
So what's
So-
different about each of the path styles?
So the path styles, tell you what, I'll do a quick, no, it doesn't like that, okay. Let me just restart that then.
Bugs, guys.
Bugs, yep.
Lots of bugs.
Cool, right, that'll do, I think. Let me just make sure it's all on screen. Okay, let's see what I can do about that. Alright, okay, that looks good. Right. That should work, especially if we haven't been playing for an hour already. Okay, so
Okay.
this is roughly, I built this little bit today, but this is roughly what you'll see, and you'll be able to say, okay, so this is where the spawn points are. It doesn't show you how they're linked or anything like that yet. You'll have to discover that for yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
So if I, which spawn point would you like?
Let's go with spawn number 4.
Spawn number 4. Okay.
What's behind door number 4?
Okay, ready? And the map fades away, and you get
And
spawn point.
yeah. Locations revealed. So the idea with these with this mode in general is that if the player didn't want to go through a lengthy campaign, they can literally just generate a random map and have a quick play session. We know that not everybody has the time to spend hours and hours playing a game, and so by doing this we accommodate for yeah, one
Some
player
goblins over there.
Okay, so we want to avoid going that way just yet.
Cool.
Cool. Oh, dude. Yeah, thanks for coming, and yeah, we'll catch you around.
Cheers. Okay. Goblins over there. What am I going to do? I'm going to try and take them on.
Oh wow.
Yep. So one for the
Hopefully
warriors.
2 warriors should be enough.
So there's a box select. Just demonstrate that. Put the music back on.
So what sort of map is it that you generated?
So this was a ring.
Ring path. Yeah. We'll go through what the different paths look like soon. Oh. Yeah. Okay. That was quick.
And this guy should die pretty soon as well, actually.
Oh, it's managed to block. Okay. There we go. And he's gone.
Sweet.
So
Ollie wants to know if the game's going to be online or offline. Ollie.
right. So our current what we're working on right now is single player.
Yeah.
We do hope multiplayer will
Yeah,
be in.
we are aiming for the game to be multiplayer compatible.
There'll be things like versus mode, cooperative campaign, battle royale, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
At the moment, we're just focusing on getting the demo out.
yeah, we're aiming to get all the features in. So that's the world map, that's the tech tree, more than one ofs, EB, stuff like that. Once the campaign's done, we'll start looking towards multiplayer.
Yeah.
So I could play through this again, but I'm just going to.
So, did you want to explain the different map generations?
Yeah.
So
okay.
this is a ring map, which, as you can see, connects all the
We've
nodes
got a nice little ring.
in a ring.
So the ring map basically draws a boundary around each of the spawn points, connecting each one to each other. If we try a web map, just set that to 6, that's fine.
No spiders.
And cancel.
Yeah, no spiders.
No spiders, yeah. So the web map is different. The centralmost spawn point has all of the other spawns connected to it. So if you're looking for a rough time, spawn yourself in the
Spawn
middle.
yourself in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
And finally, chaotic, which
Takes
chaotic
a little
might
bit longer.
take a bit longer. Yeah, this should. I'm not seeing any exceptions. No, it's fine.
It does normally take a little while, so I like this one.
Yeah, not normally this long. It should have a cap on it so that it stops trying so hard. Yeah, it is specifics. Yeah, that could be it. We may
Yeah.
have spawned too many.
Try either a larger map or
I'll
try
try doing that again, if you bear with us. Yeah, we'll use a large.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll use a large map. Sandbox. Okay. This is what the map. This is another previous generation that I saved, and we'll just go with chaotic there. Sure, I haven't broken it. That's a bit better. There we go.
That's better.
Cool.
Okay.
That looks nice. Let's just see what spawn point 1 looks like. There we go. There's lots of paths branching out from this.
So what's so with a chaotic map spawned? What does that mean? In terms
So
of,
essentially, chaotic has one rule, that is to keep spawning paths between spawn points until every spawn point has a path connected to every other through some form. So, for example, this one in the bottom corner only has, let me just turn off that, that might help. Yes. It's because I'm zoomed out so much, and it's the editor.
Thank you.
This one in the bottom corner has only got one branching off it, and that's okay, as long as at least got one. Make sure they're all more or less connected.
Thank you.
We could come up with other designs for things as well at some point. But, you know, that's
Quite a long winding path there, isn't it?
which one?
yeah, the bottom right.
Bottom right, this one. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So this is probably one of the paths which took a little longer to generate, and that's because it's avoided this river. It's gone all the way alongside it. If I go in play mode and do my little sheet, there we go. You can see a nice little path all along the riverside. Oops. Oh. Okay, that's all right.
We also have control over the FPS a little bit. We can actually
Yes,
take off.
we
At the
have
moment,
a
the
cap.
FF is being capped. If we take off the cap,
It's I'm guessing this is because I've generated multiple maps now, and it's kind of going.
Right.
I'm a bit tired now. Can I rest?
so
But you know, if I zoom in a bit, it might help. I'll tell you what. I'll go back to the demo. This is what a map should perform like. Okay. So there we got 180.
yeah.
It fluctuates, and that, as Joseph once told me before, that means it's a real FPS counter, because things like that tend to fluctuate. It is literally capturing the number of times it goes through its drawing loop. For all the techies out there, it is using active rendering right now, which essentially in layman's terms means it has to draw the entire screen every time a frame shows up. We will be incorporating passive rendering at some point, which means if things are still, then it won't bother redrawing, and that should improve the performance even more. Obviously there might be a few bugs which might be hurting it as well. So yeah,
Yeah, I think.
so
I think
half an hour left.
I think we've more or less covered most things. I didn't know whether
Well, we have a big brawl type battle planned for the end of the stream.
okay. Yeah, that's yeah, that's
Suppose
good.
we
I
could
think.
go ahead and mess around now.
Yeah, in regards to our mailing list, you probably noticed already a few messages pop up about the mailing list. Yeah, if you want to be kept up to date with the progress of this game, if you sign up to our mailing list, you'll receive information when we post a blog, which updates in general, and also when the demo is released, you'll get your hands on that as well. Yeah. Yeah, let's name each of our dwarves. And on Ollie. And we'll name you. And I'll name you Faye.
And just to make sure the stream doesn't have any problems, I'm going to cap the FPS again. Also to save the computer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know if it's an idea to let either Phil or Joseph have a little play. For a
well, I
little
know they might break it.
Yeah, if any of you guys have any questions, feel free to to ask us. We'll happily answer any questions you have.
So that. So we've got a mini map.
Oh yeah, minimap. So at some stage there will be a map table building, and without it you won't have a minimap at all. It's
Yeah.
a mechanic we devised and decided to go with. So at the start of the game you'll just be dwarves, you won't have a clear idea of where you are. The starting conditions are basically the goblins overrun your city, now you're running away into your mines and cavern networks.
You're an underground resistance.
Yes,
Yeah,
we are
yeah,
an underground resistance.
That's right. The kind of idea of the minimap, or having it tied to the map table, is that first of all the map table is required to be built before you have access to the minimap. Equally, if the map table is destroyed, you lose all that information. And we thought it was a nice twist on the
So it's
genre.
it's something else to guard besides the monument.
So what's going to happen if they get to the monument then?
Well, your dwarves they might become a little bit miserable when miffed that your monument got destroyed, and you also may not be able to change classes anymore.
Yeah.
In that particular map.
We'll need to devise
So you
how
have to start over.
how if in the event that your monument gets destroyed, chances are the player would then have to flee that map. If you're playing in the campaign or in the skirmish.
It's a possibility. They,
Yeah.
they might be able to rebuild if they have resources.
There could be victory conditions that the player can set at the start of the game or something.
Didn't do much with tree roots, but that's okay. Tree roots essentially work a bit like mushrooms, in that they expand outwards. They have a limit, and you can essentially mine them. So you can there's a manual control. By holding control, you can right click it, and the commanded text is in the way, but he's got grabbed tree trunk. Warriors can break through them too, and other classes can break through them too, but you won't obtain any resources from doing so. Essentially to destroy it, just to demonstrate. There it goes.
Choppy choppy.
And it's gone. And there's more tree roots in the walls, but we can't see them because they're not mined yet. They're in the walls. Yep. Is there anything we? Oh yeah, we haven't demonstrated these. So we've showed off the normal.
Yes, normal. Yeah.
Let's have a look at the mountain. With 2 rivers. I'm just going to cancel this so you can see the whole map straight away. I think it's prettier in this.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's not.
Oh, it's I've
It
kept
might
it.
just mean because it was
kept it.
generating, but yeah. So
So this is a mountain area. So
yeah.
there's lots more stone, hard stone rocks in the way.
which could potentially mean less resources in that map.
Yep. Seems to be a lot of iron in this one.
Yeah, it does.
An iron-rich map. There's another dynamic that we included.
Mhm. Yeah.
In the campaign, there'll be different maps, and each map will have its own resource distribution. That's why this little settings here. So if I wanted to, I could make there be more iron than there is stone, and there's a little preview to show. And then you can see there's iron everywhere.
Yeah, so iron everywhere.
Iron everywhere.
It basically gives so the leveler editor will it will be something that players will eventually be able to get their hands on, and they'll be able to build their own maps.
Maybe build their own campaigns.
And yeah, maybe build their own campaigns. And by having access to the quantities of resources being generated in the map gives the player more power, essentially.
Okay, so that's the mountains area. Let's try. I have a feeling it might complain at this point. Seems to be getting a bit tired. Yep, it started complaining. Okay. I have a sixth sense. I know when my engine is unhappy. There we go. It's back. There's something to do with Sandboxify. It's not releasing certain resources. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll fix it. There we go. Just say spawn point 1. And radio all. So this is what a lake map looks like. And as you can see, it's mostly water.
Sorry. Sorry, funny.
Yep. It's mostly water.
What? It's Glenn saying there was like this guy on my guy.
Yeah, so yeah, in lake maps there's predominantly a lot more
Getting
water.
hilarious. And then
Ruins I haven't implemented yet.
Yeah.
I haven't done that, but I will. There will be ancient structures with riches, and there won't be worms. I promise.
The rabbits.
Rabbits, no rabbits. Yeah, some maps, depending on where you are, won't have certain resources, so you'll have to make do with others, or you'd have to import them. We have an idea for called stockpile, something like that, in which you store resources to transport to other maps.
That's something which we predominantly found in the campaign.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Just interesting how the chat feed is. Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm probably going to set up Kill Brawl now. Flows of commons and dwarves.
You can see them coming.
It begins. There's going to be a little choke point over here, so let's see if I can just get as many dwarves over there as I can.
Just sacrificing the first dwarf.
You attack him. You attack him. You. Yes, him. You. Him. You. Him. Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
So what do each of those icons mean in the combat?
So the sword is attack. So you'll see if I slow this down a bit. At this current frame right here, all the goblins are taking their turn in attacking.
Mhm.
You can see 4 sword icons. The cross means the attack was a miss. The shield means it's a block.
And the target.
The target means it was a bullseye. Now it's a dwarf's turn. And the dwarves have icons depending on what class they are. So you've got a sword for warrior, which should be an axe.
Mhm.
Pickaxe for the miner. We have a spanner for the engineer. Now the warrior is going to be the most effective in combat, but the other classes will be able to fight.
We thought it was important that each of the classes could fight, but ideally you want to use your warriors.
They'll be the most proficient.
So your forwards, you can whack them over the head with the frying pan.
Yes,
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 they
that's
can,
as he's doing right there. The frying pan is more accurate, but it doesn't do a lot of damage.
Doesn't do a lot of damage.
Although this guy, Thomin, looks like he's got a good handle of this situation. There's 3 attacking him. Yep, there's 3 attacking him.
Jeez.
Does he survive? Tune in next week. No. He does survive.
Probably got one arm left. Fine, guys.
Yeah. No, his arm's fine. Look, you can see what he's doing with it. And they'll hang around in the battle zone until you tell them to go away, basically. Or the keyboard shortcut to disable command is
What's the key?
K.
K.
Okay.
You're all K? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay,
Cool.
yeah.
It's a special K.
Yeah, keybinds. At the moment, everything's hard-coded, but there will be a keybinds menu option, and that will have everything from mouse to keyboard to I just have to get around to write it.
Yeah. So earlier we talked about. Ooh, it's still there. It's kind of ninja goblin. Ninja goblin. You mentioned earlier about the line of sight stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously the fact they've got memory.
Mhm.
Do you want to just show us that in working, so we can.
Right. So, for example, if I play RNF, I'm hungry and I'm tired. Okay, I'll just place a little bed or a series of beds up here.
I was looking for a star, didn't we?
There we go. Okay. So, just make sure the path is discovered. Okay, cool. So now, since these dwarves know these beds are here, any dwarf that decides to get a bit sleepy, come on, don't disappoint me. You're in the limelight, Varfen. Come on, Varfen. Okay, it's not that. I'll get him to walk around a bit. Yeah, that'll do. Okay.
He also doesn't look particularly healthy either, by the way.
No. He's,
No, he doesn't. He's
looks like he's going to. Oh, look. Yep. Okay, so he knows where the beds are. Now, in the game, that's because, in theory, that's because these guys shouted at him. He shouted, "I need a bed. I'm so tired." And they shouted back, "There's a bed here."
It magically appeared.
magically.
I don't know what was going on, but it's a bed. It looks comfortable. Yep. So that's based on a memory map. So for the dwarves and goblins, the memory map is shared. We at one point did have it so that each dwarf has his own memory of everything, but we quickly realise it's a bit confusing to the player.
Yeah.
If we can figure out a really clever UI to make that all look understandable, we might reinstate it, but
There's a base bunny.
base bunny.
There is base bunny.
Let's grab it. First of all, let's build some storage and spawn in loads of resources. And place bunny traps. I guess I don't really need the storage now. Okay, my mission right now is to get rid of that bunny.
Whatever you do, kill the bunny.
Kill the bunny.
That's mean.
Just it's for the viewers. It's for their sake. Okay, let's place one down. He's working on another. And there's some tree roots which are sinking into the ground. If I turn off the height map,
High map, yeah, you'll be able to see.
I'll need to fix that. But
Yeah. Yeah, there's still some bugs that need fixing.
That's why it's an alpha feed.
That's why it's an alpha, yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Very much, yeah.
Another thing we noticed is the height map tempers with the
It
FPS a
does
bit.
temper, yeah.
So the first version you'll be getting, the height map might be turned off by default.
So what's the height map?
This basically makes everything look rocky,
Jaggy.
jaggedy.
Um,
We like it.
does it also affect these hexagons down here, where the water, if you turn the height map, see, so the water's
It will do. But the water just sits there because it hasn't received notification that anything's changed. Water must be notified of any changes in
changes
a form of writing, and it must have a signature.
Yeah.
Just
At
declaring
least 2 months in
It
advance.
is 2 months notice
2
in
months,
advance.
yes.
That's how physics works.
Yes. Notifications.
Just get twanged into all of it.
So the bunny is cleverly avoiding all the traps by not moving.
Right, it's a smart bunny.
And
Ex-bunny.
ex-bunny.
Yeah.
It was a smart bunny, and it's now
Commodore food.
digested. Well, digesting.
Well, Easter is coming up soon.
That's not how Easter works.
You know what? Maybe we should have like a flood of
It's
bunnies.
because eggs
for
do
Easter.
come out of rabbit
A
arms.
special thing on that day.
Yeah, we could do, yep. Yep, special bunny event.
Dress gems like eggs.
That boy's very wow.
Sorry.
Get some fluid.
As well.
So that's that bunny gone. And I'm left with a broken bunny trap, which you will be able to recycle. It's just not working yet.
Fair enough. That's cool.
So yeah, that's
So why are those greyed out like that?
right. Yeah, that's because you can't build them yet. So
Yeah, so you
you
don't.
can see it
you
requires. this
just don't
one
have-
requires stonecutter. These all require stonecutter. We don't have a stonecutter, so when I place down a stonecutter,
Builds it.
there it is,
Good dwarf.
and there they are. Can you build a forge? And when you build a forge, you use a stonecutter. Some of that beautiful sound effects.
Yeah, beautiful.
Chris.
Chris. Like Chris. Yeah.
I have no idea how he's done that one.
No, I don't. I genuinely don't know how he's accomplished that.
Oh, another rabbit.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Completely missed that. There must
There
be a
must be.
warren
I'd
up
say there must
yeah.
be a warren up there somewhere.
Let's go investigate.
So where do the rabbits come from then?
That.
So
Warren?
yeah, so they come from warrens.
That little
I
thing there.
believe. What's the rule with the warrens? Is it only?
So they'll spawn a certain number, and I mean, if you keep killing the bunnies, then they'll stop coming there. It's natural.
Yeah.
And presumably they'll
Natural
give you
response.
a really, really bad rating on Bunny TripAdvisor.
Yes, yes. That's the con to the.
Yeah. We do not want a bad review on TripAdvisor.
So now we have a forge. Now build an anvil. When you build an anvil, you should be able to build everything else. Yep.
Those roots look horribly.
So
It's fine.
That's
They're,
better.
they're fine.
So yeah,
Just ignore them.
there are a lot of sprites still in the game that aren't. They won't make it to the final version. A lot of them still placeholder. And
takes time.
we're still in alpha at the moment, so things are always changing.
The engineers are at it again, building 2 anvils.
Well, no redundancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case a goblin comes along and steals one of them. Speaking of which, one thing we haven't mentioned is part of mining paths out is also you can mine a path to... How do we have so many miners? Anyway, you can build out... If you know where an enemy a goblin base
What is that miner doing?
just ignore them. if you know where... yeah, if you know where goblin base is, you will be able to mine a secret path to them. If they laced it with traps or whatever, and you don't want to go that way round, you could sneak up. Likewise, they could possibly sneak up on you too.
So one of the kind of core features that we were looking at when designing this game was we wanted to allow a more strategic element for the player, and so by digging your own path to the enemy base, kind of allows for that. And again, you're also, but equally the player has to look out for that as well. But
I'm not going to lie, this place looks like a total shambles. It's
you got rocks
It's
everywhere.
messy,
You
it's
got
messy.
mushrooms.
I've not done very well with this clan. They have a terrible leader.
So obviously they've got all these resources on the side, right? Like stone.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so what are there different types of resource that you need early in the game and late game, or is?
Yeah, stone is always required. You'll generally want wood too. We've also got some iron ore and gold ore. So iron ore is required for building. Stop that.
Bad off.
Bad. Bad.
Stay.
Iron is required for things like building the anvil, and for defences tend to require iron.
Yeah.
Traps tend to not to require stone most of the time. Gold is used, at the moment I think it's used for 2 things, to spawn dwarves and to build monuments.
I did like the idea of kind of playing the gold into the technology tree as well. So
Yeah.
or you could almost think that it costs gold to unlock new techs perhaps, or it costs money to do the researching.
I've got to pay your
Got to
researchers.
pay, yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got to pay,
grant
pay
money.
your researchers. Yeah. So yeah, and then the gems kind of tie in with the spawning of the units.
So, yeah, the gems will also be used for more complicated machinery, things which might require spirit or something to control.
So one idea we were playing around with was that certain defences could be automated. To begin with, I think as we saw earlier, you noticed that the baluster was reliant upon a pressure plate in order to activate and fire. But later on in the game, you can assign gems to defences which will automate them, essentially giving them a spirit or a life of their own. That was an idea we're still playing around with, but yeah.
There's too many dwarves in such a small space, and they're all starving.
They're not,
I've
not very
done
happy.
more. No, not very happy.
We don't get any foragers working.
Yeah, I got them
Oh, chopping wood.
chopping wood. Yep. Found some gold.
So your foragers are there to gather.
Yeah.
So yeah, the miner obviously explained that, but the forager is basically gatherers gathering food and roots. So these are basically true roots, and in this part of the world there are big trees and they have deep, far-reaching roots.
big trees, deep roots. Yeah, and trying to come up with a way of.
Yes, well, for a while we were struggling with how to get wood into the game because a lot of things require wood, like beds and balusters and things like that. Good luck trying to build a baluster out of stone or iron, purely iron.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yeah.
our first design for that was the carbon extractor, but we realised that should probably be a late game technology.
Late technology.
Basically, it creates wood for nothing. All you have to do is have a guy standing there working this little what do you call this? Handle things.
What do you call the handle?
Well, working the handle.
It's got a little bar like this, and you rotate that around, and it spins stuff. Anyway.
Yeah. Should get a giant hamster wheel. Yeah, chuck a dwarf in that.
Bunny wheel.
Bunny wheel. Yeah. Use bunny power.
Are we going to start capturing bunnies in cages and putting them in a wheel and making them work for food?
Could do. It's not it.
It's a little bit sinister. Yeah. Speaking of hamster wheel, oxygen not included. Played that recently.
Okay.
They've got a human hamster wheel in that.
Oh wow.
Yep.
See, no, it's no
Yep.
different. Well, I suppose. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So what's kind of bed to dwarf ratio? Because obviously you've got lots of.
I've got more beds than I need,
I see.
and that's going to change depending on how we feel about stamina, how quickly they regain stamina. That's a balancing thing.
Yeah.
I'd say bed to dwarf at the moment is probably half. So if you've got 8 dwarves, you probably want 4 beds. But that could well change. I think that's probably what we're aiming for though. 4 beds, 8 dwarves, maybe something slightly less even.
Yeah. We could base on half the dwarves currently.
At the moment they have no sleep pattern, so they're not gonna. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. It's time to go to bed.
Literally, dwarves sleep
they
when they're
literally-
tired.
Well, they can't have to use the day-night cycle. They're underground afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah,
precisely.
they've got no concept of time of day.
No.
Yeah.
So if you're playing above ground, then you may need as many beds as there are dwarves. There will be 1 or 2 maps that are above ground, and these will be closer to where the city is. So the city is like the final map.
So yeah, touching on that, within the campaign, we're looking at having different regions. So currently, what type of map is this? A lake map, or is this just a?
This is a lake map.
Right. Yeah. So there'll be, I think there's 5 different regions in total. You will have the lake, which most
zone.
levels within that region will be highly consist of water. You then got the mines, which will kind of be your generic map really, with like tunnels.
In the
caves,
centre of the world.
Yeah, in the centre. At the bottom, there'll be like levels that are filled with like lava instead, and they'll be like more difficult to traverse.
And there's no naturally occurring food down there, in where the lava is, and so you'd have to have it transported to you through the stockpile.
Yep.
So it's quite a difficult area to master. There's also a lot less oxygen.
Yeah.
There.
So the idea, so with the carbon extractor, that kind of tied in with that idea where you're kind of converting carbon dioxide into oxygen to allow your dwarves like breathable atmosphere, which I believe you said the other game does as well, or it works in similar fashion when you play.
Oxygen not
Oxygen
included.
included,
Yeah. They use things like algae conversion things and electro something or other to convert water into oxygen.
So, so similar in that kind of sense.
Mm.
Other regions that we're looking at was a mushroom cave.
Yep, mushroom caves. They're going to have
Nice.
big mushrooms.
Yep.
Big mushrooms.
Yeah, very alien. And then
There's a mountain
mountain
area
levels
and a ruins area.
a ruins area. Yeah.
So the mountain's going to be rocky. You may have already seen. If not, you'll be able to see it in the video when the video comes out.
Yeah.
They've done it again.
What they do?
Built one each. Redundancy. Okay. Gonna have to fix that.
So obviously there's the mailing list for anyone who wants to find out or get more information. There's also the blog.
Yeah. So we do blogs every 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. We should really blog more than what we actually do.
Where is it?
But
Just trying to find the link.
I prepared in advance for this.
very advanced. Do we not have? Do we have a?
There you go, there's a link to the blog.
Cool. Thank you, Joseph.
So that's the link to our blog. As you can see on the screen, we've also got our Facebook, Twitter, and there's our email address there as well. If you guys have any ideas for features to perhaps add to the game, or if you've got any feedback for us, please feel free to email us or contact on one of those via Facebook or Twitter. We'd love to hear what you guys think about the game. We're still quite early in development, but
As you can see.
as you can see, but yeah, we're aiming for a alpha demo for people to get their hands on, and perhaps within the next couple of weeks.
Anybody on the mailing list will get a link to it.
Yeah, so anyone who signs up to the mailing list will automatically receive the demo. And the only thing that we ask, if you do sign up to the mailing list and you do receive the demo, please give us feedback. Feedback is so crucial, which we've learned during the development process. I think.
Tell them what you like, what you don't like.
Yeah. Tell us what you like, what you don't like.
Put in those feature requests for bunny wheels.
Bunny wheels. If you want to see more dwarves scratching their bums, or
anything, just absolutely anything. We'll read it all.
We will. We're currently building a website. Play the draw. We're currently working on a website at the moment, which again hopefully should be up soon.
This month, if all goes well.
Yeah, if all goes well. And hopefully, at the moment we've kind of got things scattered around everywhere. Kind of thing. We've got our Facebook page, Twitter account, but at least with the website we'll have everything will be kind of global and it'll be in one place.
Cool. And I'll also be updating the wiki. Just posted.
There's a button for that as well.
We've got that for the wiki.
Exclamation mark wiki.
Okay. Well done.
Okay, cool.
So
on the wiki I'll be posting information about the game. Whatever our UI doesn't tell you enough of, the wiki will provide, and if it doesn't, please tell us about it.
Please tell us if you feel like we're lacking information in some area.
Confused at all.
In terms of what platform we're aiming for this game to be released on, we're aiming for it to be released on Steam. Although I know Steam recently changed the way in which
Changing. In the process.
Okay. Of how games get released on Steam.
Yep.
So we'll need to look into that further. But that is our target.
That's
audience.
our target, and it'll be available on PC,
PC and Mac.
Mac and Linux. I believe.
Yeah. So,
yep.
yeah, we're running towards the end of the stream now, guys. If anyone has any questions, please do say. We'll be wrapping up shortly.
Have some fun with.
So what kind of size do you got difference between the maps, sort of biggest and smallest?
So this is probably on the small, medium side.
Yes, we're on the medium side. I think our largest map that we have, I think, is 200 by 200 times.
Does it look?
I think.
And we've noticed some performance issues, but we might be able to fix those, fix all of them. We'll just have to see. If not, I'll have to develop some kind of chunk-based mapping system. But anyway, this is 200 by 100, and it's fairly large.
Yeah, look at all that space.
Yeah, there's a lot of space.
I
I love the big maps.
2 hours on the map you just saw. The medium was medium. Medium,
yes,
small.
Yeah, I think it was 100 ways, 120 ways, I think so. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Something like that.
I did a play of that for a couple of hours. Only mined out a tenth of the resources, so something like this could take you a long time. Let's have a quick peek at how many resources are on this map. 55,000 stone, 5,000 iron, 2,000 gold, and 900 gems.
So just a bit then.
Yes, a little, just a small amount.
Just a little bit.
And you'll also notice there's a lot of water on it too. You won't get resources from water.
A bit like the office at the moment then.
Yeah, a little like the office with the leaking
There's a little bit of water
leaking
in
water
here.
coming from the light thing.
Yeah.
Kind of scary.
Shocking.
Shocking indeed.
From the light, yep. Okay, let's,
What's the largest map we actually have currently? Was it the? Is this
it's
one?
probably this one, yeah. How many? Let's go with large amount.
Can it do it?
Can I do it? It's probably complaining, it's tired. Oh, okay.
I want to go to bed.
No, it's going.
Oh, it did it.
yeah.
It worked. Cool. It worked.
Sweet.
Wow, that's a lot.
Wow.
What's our spawn point, guys? Where do you
Wow.
want to spawn?
13.
Yeah, let's go for 13.
13. What a number.
Wow. Surrounded by water.
Surrounded by water. How about that? Okay. I'm going to get all of you guys to turn into... No, okay. I have to do it.
That's kind of one of the fun things about randomly generated maps. It's like you never know quite what to expect.
Okay, I have a monument which I can't use. What have I done? Why can't I change the
You've
classes?
upset it.
Oh, you upset
no.
now.
Okay.
That's what you get for picking space 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing it's not Friday.
Okay, I'm just gonna. They'll just have to fight as they are. That's fine. There'll be goblins around somewhere.
Yep. So when you generate these maps, what's the chance? Like, how many goblins can you expect to see?
Some goblins up there
Yep.
actually. There was.
There's quite a bit of sight range. That's because the goblins have their own light source. If I turn that off.
Is it something to do with you've got the navigation bar at the top down? Is that stopping you from bringing up the option to change class?
Shouldn't do.
No, I think
No, it shouldn't.
It's just a,
Shouldn't
it's just bugger there. But yeah, the goblins have their own light source, and that's why you can see them across this distance. Normally, your sight range is determined by how much light there is.
Across an open area, what is the actual sight range of a single unit?
This,
Is it,
well,
okay,
as
it's
you
actually
can
not-
see here,
okay.
this is as far as you can see.
I see.
Whereas with only light, then it's a bit shorter. It's up to there.
Okay.
I don't know how to get there yet. quite an interestingly designed map.
Yeah, isn't it?
I say design as a loose term. Generated.
Generated.
It's the proper term. Probably this way.
Oh,
Or not.
Or not? There's a dead end.
Okay, there's a
There you
dead
go.
end. Interesting.
That's cool.
I wonder if that's just blocked off. Let's get you to mine up here somewhere. Vilgen Sovinson. Lovely.
so obviously earlier we created some custom names for them, but if you don't create custom names,
We have a name generator. So
Yeah. So
all of these names are randomly generated. They have name segments. The first name, Fjordbow, is made out of 2 segments. We've got Fjord and then bow. And the second name in this case is a 3-barrel second name, Hemmingen. Hemmingen.
Hemgen.
However you want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Wolfenbury, Murfenwangen. The name generator is just a config file with a bunch of commands in it.
long winding path.
I think we're gonna have to wrap up shortly, guys.
Yeah.
Just gonna, curious to kill the cat, I'm just gonna look to see.
Yeah,
I was
Ah,
right.
Okay, yeah,
I
you
was
were
right. So it was just blocked off.
So they're actually stranded. Wow, that's quite interesting.
Well, not exactly stranded.
Well, yeah.
Fortified.
Fortified. Uh-huh.
With the height map on, let's see how this looks. It's quite cool.
Nice.
Anyway, yep.
Okay, guys, I think we shall wrap up there. Just want to say thank you all for watching. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching us. Please sign up to the main list if you want to learn more, or visit the links provided on the screen. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, try not to break it too much. But if you do, let us know that you have. It's important.
So thanks ever so much, guys, for being patient with us at the start. I know we had a few technical issues, hopefully we'd like to do some more Twitch streams in the future.
We might have some streams of us actually working on the game, maybe.
Wednesdays and
If we're not too busy as it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's cool. Is there anything you want to wrap up with, Joseph?
We've just check out the main list and the blog as well,
Yep.
and Twitter. Just on
So
Twitter.
And Facebook.
Thanks for watching.
thanks everyone for watching, and we'll
Cheers.
see you guys later. Cheers.